Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Whatever time y'all are tuning in, I certainly appreciate y'all are here. Today's video, guys, I'm going to be cleaning up this case tested. Guys, I am wrong on this. It's not a case tested. This is a WR Case & Sons made either 1914 or 1915. Double X ladies leg knife that I received from Mr. Gary and Miss Laura from Keystone Heights, Florida. How about that? I can't believe I remember that. And I might have got it wrong. I don't know, but I think that's right. But anyway, this is going to be a beautiful knife cleaned up, guys. And it was made either 1914 or 1915. And I'll tell you why when we get over to the other knife shop, how I narrowed them 2 years down with this knife. But this is absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous knife. And I can't wait to get it cleaned up and put in my display case. So I want to thank Mr. Gary and Miss Laura again for this beautiful knife. They said they paid $5 for this knife. That's unreal, unreal. And guys, I've had a lot of people ask me about my challenge coin. And there it is right there. If you want to win one, go to yesterday's video where I reveal my challenge coin. Here it is right here is what it looks like. But go in there and make a comment about the video or about the coin. And I'll be picking a comment next week, and somebody will win a coin like this. But it's got the Knife Doctor, Saving Lives of Old Knives on the front side, and even the Tang stamp on the knife has USA on there. How about that? Had to have that. And this one right here, guys, is this got the Bible verse, Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. How about that? Very cool. I love it. But also, I'm going to be putting 50 up on Whatnot, and they will be at a price of $15 each, and that is shipping included. So that will be they'll be up on Whatnot probably sometime today, but I'll let you know. Either way, they're going to be up very soon. And also, guys, y'all notice I'm representing Knife Crazy. He has done some recent videos on modern knives. Y'all go check those out. He is, I want to call, a subject matter expert on them modern knives. He knows all the steels. He knows the proper terms to use when it comes to them modern day knives. I don't really know that much about them. I'm starting to dabble in them. I know a little bit about Spyderco. I know a little bit about Benchmade. I'm just now learning tops. So, yeah, if you want to know anything about a modern day knife, Knife Crazy is the channel to go to, because I'm telling you, he is a subject matter expert on that. And he's done put 3 out in the last week and a half, I think. So y'all go check him out. It's Knife Crazy. That is Matt Helms. That's Mr. Wade's son. So great guy, great guy. I can't wait to see him again at the Ellaville Knife Show. So, and speaking of the Ellaville Knife Show, guys, the knives are gone. There's no more available. So just want to let y'all know I just shipped out the last 19. Got them ready to go. They'll be in the mail. So they'll be going out in today's mail. So good deal. And I also want to say, guys, that I've had this knife slip for a while. I've been carrying it. And this is made by Mr. Jerry Phillips. He has a YouTube channel as well. Anyway, guys, his YouTube channel is Jerry the Shelby Knife Guy. And he sent me this sheath here. And I carry it from time to time, but I love the lanyard. I love the beads. He does great work on that sewing right there. Y'all see that right there? And then over here, he's got my name right there. But every once in a while, I'll carry this sheath. But today, I'm carrying in the sheath a Victorinox single blade, and it is a lock blade with a liner lock. I don't know the model. I'm not too keen on Victorinoxes. I just know when I see one, if I like it, I buy it. I don't worry about the name. You know what I mean? But this is a beautiful, beautiful knife in a single blade. That's what I like, and it's real thin. It's real thin, but it has a lanyard ring back there, and it has a toothpick and a pair of tweezers. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. It also has a half stop. And great knife that goes with a great sheath. But Mr. Jerry Phillips, thank you so much, buddy, for the sheath. And y'all go check him out. Again, is Jerry the Shelby Knife Guy. All right, guys. Now we're fixing to go over there to the other knife shop, and we're fixing to jump on this knife here and get her cleaned up. Okay, guys, here is the knife that I will be cleaning up today. I said over there, and I apologize, it was a case tested. But this is a W.R. Case and Sons. Case tested is 1920 to 1940. But they use that tank stamp right there, W.R. Case and Sons, up to 1915, and then they changed it up a little bit. But the reason I'm saying this was done in 1914 or 1915 is because of that right there, that tested. See that XX? And it's also got this circle on this blade right there that's got case tested, case XX tested in there. And that was, they didn't get that, they wasn't able to use that case XX tested until they got it from Case Brothers in 1914. So this knife was either made in 1914 or 1915. Case Brothers was actually ran by W.R. Case's brothers. W.R. Case wasn't involved with Case Brothers. W.R. Case and the three brothers actually worked for Cattaraugus, and they all left, but the other three brothers, I don't forget the names, but W.R. Case wasn't affiliated with Case Brothers. He might have helped from time to time. I don't know that, but I know he wasn't part of Case Brothers, the way I understand it. But W.R. Case and Son was started by Russell Case, which is W.R. Case's son. From 1902 to 1905, they just imported knives. They were W.R. Case and Son. But then Platts, H.N. Platts, married W.R. Case's daughter, Debbie. So they married into the family. So in 1905, W.R. Case and Son was changed to W.R. Case and Sons. And then y'all all know the story that H.M. Platts and Miss Debbie moved out to Colorado in 1911. They started what we call Western Knives. They started out at Western States Cutlery Company. But anyway, just a little brief history right there. But that's why I'm saying this was either made in 1914 or 1915, because they did away with that tank stamp in 1915 right there. And this was used, the circle was used up to 1915 as well, that circle. But they didn't get the rights for Case XX tested until 1914. So there you go. Anyway, what I was going to share with you guys is this spring here. You see how the springs start out and they go right along the boot, the heel, and then they curve up and they go up like that. I think it is all one piece. I haven't seen where it's not one piece. See, I think that is all one piece right here. From there, see, I thought it curved in there and it stopped, but I don't see where it starts and stops at. See, to me, that looks all one piece right there. Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm like, man, that looks just like one piece. And I think it is. And I've never seen anything else like that. Anyway, guys, let's get over there and get this knife cleaned up. Okay, Miss Howard K., I do have some water in this cup. See here? It got on to me last time when I was using that cup. I might have to use it this time. But all we're fitting to do, guys, right now, we're going to clean up this blade here. You see how that blade looks? It's dirty. It's got good patina on it. There's going to be some patina left, but not much. Okay, guys, first of all, we're going to use a little screwdriver and just scrape that surface rust down. See all that? Yeah. Now, we are going to be sanding these sides down. We're going to start out with 400 and work all the way up to 5,000. It's really a worn 400, but we're fixing to start on it. Okay, guys, we're on our last piece of sandpaper, and we're fixing to work on this for a little while longer. Then we're going to oil it down, then go over there and hit it with Never Dull and some flicks. Okay, guys, we are fixing to hit this with some Never Dull. Main reason you want to do that, I'm going to use a slightly used piece, is just to get the oil residue off of it. Then we'll hit it with some flicks. But this is going to shine it up too now. Now, guys, we're fitting to hit it with some flicks. Okay, guys, here is the W.R. Case & Sons ladies leg knife. See how that sanded done the yellow composition? I'm calling it yellow composition. I think the book calls it that too. It gives it the pattern number 3297. Again, the 97 pattern is a small leg. The 097 is the large leg. But I actually gave it a new edge. And that's got that good old carbon steel. You see how gray that is? See the patina I left in there too? See that case tested XX, and there's a little number down there. I don't know what that means, but that's the main blade. See how well it snaps? Then you got the small blade here. You got the circle with the case XX tested right there. Again, they wasn't able to use that till 1914 when they got it from Case Brothers. Case Brothers, their factory burned down, and when they rebuilt, they just never could recover after the factory was burned down. But look at that right there. Beautiful, beautiful piece. See, I'm telling you, that's all one piece. That spring, I don't know how they done that. How did they do that? That is absolutely amazing. But didn't this knife turn out good, guys? And see, I'm going to tell you, I would rather have it like this than that dirty knife any old day now. See that? Ain't it beautiful? Now this is worthy of being displayed now. Can't wait to show Wade and Eric and them when we meet it up again. But look at that right there. Beautiful. I just want to thank Mr. Gary and Miss Laura again from Keystone Heights, Florida. Beautiful, beautiful piece right here. Awesome. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video today. That's just an amazing piece, guys. Amazing, amazing piece. It's either 111 years old or 110 years old, because either it was made in 1914 or 1915. But you see that blade there? I did give it a new edge. See that right there? Razor sharp too. It's got that good old carbon steel. The patina will come back, but as you can see, I did leave the patina, some patina on there. And then I gave a new edge for this pen blade here. Very cool, wasn't it? Turned out good, guys. I knew it would. It was just too good a shape to not to. You know what I mean? But them scales, guys, just that sanding will make it look like a mirror. I love it. I really do. Beautiful piece now. But see, guys, I just cannot leave my knife rusty or dingy or dirty. It's got to be clean. Even, I don't care how old it is, it's got to be clean. So now it's clean. And now I can put it in my display. And that's where it's going to go. Can't wait to show Wade and them when we meet up again. I love it. Really do. Really do. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in today. And I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Until we meet again, guys, y'all be like a good knife. Stay sharp. What you doing, girl? What are you doing? What you doing? Huh? What you doing? I ain't gonna mess with nothing. I don't know. Hey, what you doing? Are you hurt? Oh, it's got eggs, Mama. It's got eggs. Poor girl. What kind of bird is that?
The bird in the image is a killdeer. Appearance. Killdeer are medium-sized shorebirds with brown upperparts, white underparts, and two distinct black bands across their chest. They also have a bright orange rump that is visible during flight. And habitat. These birds are commonly found in open grasslands, wetlands, fields, croplands, pastures, and shortgrass prairies, often seen on lawns, golf courses, and even parking lots.
Bobby dog.